Alrighty, my friend. So I'm going to just kind of watch through a little bit of the gameplay here. Just going to give, not even necessarily critiques. That's not what I'm here looking to do. I more want to just kind of give like some opinions and like maybe a couple clips here and there of like what's happening in my lane, what's happening over in our lane over here, and see what are the differences, what we could be changing. Um, yeah, we'll go from there. So I know like right off the bat here, I have watched this at least a little bit. We fight very heavily at the beginning, which is nothing wrong with that. But at least for the first minute or so, I don't see you do much farming. Most of all the souls coming into our lane right now are coming from George, which is cool. You know, you're a gun character, you're trying to put a little bit of damage on, but like at this point, they are up in souls and we're about at half health, and we have no way of healing. George does. I mean, other than like obviously there's the healing minions and stuff, so it's not like there's nothing we can do. But at this point, like you are half health. Probably stop focusing on shooting them and focus on shooting the healing minion right over there. Watch the some of that. Which you do. I mean, right there, it's perfect. There's also an opportunity there when she does the heavy melee. You could parry, probably stun her, get some damage on her, but you're also very low health. You could have, you missed time of parry that close. You're taking a big risk. So not parrying there is fine. But now at this point, let's just take a quick pause. We are sitting at just over 1k souls. We are very low. I don't remember what our actual health is, but we're getting close to critical. If I were you personally, I would go to shop, buy healing right. You don't have to run all the way back to base. Maybe get healing right, maybe get something with regen, play a little bit safer for a few minutes. Maybe not even a few minutes, like maybe a wave or two. So maybe about a minute. Farm up, stop letting them poke you for so much, and take a couple of those healing minions. Maybe you could even, but like here, this is risky. You are jumping right up into both of them, plus their minion wave, and we are very low. And here, we run all the way back to base. I would much rather... Oh, actually, no, you come back. Oh, okay. This is why. I remember us talking during the game, where George, critical health. I actually want to kind of go back there real quick and see what happened to him. I didn't see what was up. Because he's sitting at about half. But you're critical. He's about to be critical. You could easily, instead of going all the way back to base, I'd rather you just spend the 800 gold for healing right, kind of move off to the side, don't take damage for a couple seconds, and use the healing right. Because that keeps you in the fight much more than just running. And in addition, once George gets down to critical here, which we'll see kind of what happens here. Oh yeah, like that's the heavy melee really hurts in the beginning. I understand you wanting to come back and help out, but honestly, we just wasted like 30 seconds here while they are over there getting a bunch of damage on the turret, where maybe there was some way of, reducing that with a healing right. Maybe not. Who knows? Like I'm not great at the game by any means. I don't know everything. Let's watch. You're coming back in. Also, just for the sentiment of like wanting to go back and save him, that's so admirable and I love it. But at the same time, if you ran in with that low of health, unless you could for sure secure the kill, they probably would have killed both of you. And they're up 2 kills. You have to respawn anyway, and the damage has already been done. So just as something to think about. Healing right is still our friend, or just playing safe. Okay, he's low. Secure the kill. I don't know. I didn't hear you guys. You guys very well could have. You're splitting priority here. You're fighting Silver. George is over there fighting the pocket. If you guys fought together, one of them would have been dead. This is also just an unfortunate pathing, which is fine. What happened to you? Let's see. I wasn't hit. Oh, yeah. I mean, you just ran under turret, took... Let's see that one more time. Am I able to see exactly how much you took? No, not from that, unfortunately. Probably close to a quarter of our health just from the turret, just to hunt someone that we didn't even secure the kill, which happens all the time. But like, let's just quickly look over what's going on over here. I have 2 items, you have 2 items, that's good. George's spot is third or second. Extra regen, that's good. That extra regen plus some minion waves, perfect. But it is, let's actually see if I can look over what the silver. So she only has 2. She's melee lifesteal. This is an indicator that she's looking for those heavy melees. Having watched her, I also think this pairs really well with her wolf form later on. Could be wrong with that. Melee damage, so she's going to be healing a lot with the melee. Learning to parry against her is going to really shut her down. And what is the pocket building? Cold front. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Pack in, see what you're doing. Start farming some waves. But you notice, she's up 1.3k, 1.4k. This is also the same thing. So, like, let's just hypothesize here for a second. Say one of your first items, you ended up picking up healing, right? Again, we're kind of sitting a little bit below half health. If we would have, oh no. If we maybe got that healing right again, and then came and like sat over here, healed up while still putting down some suppressing fire, we would, probably be 3/4 health instead of right now we're critical. Let's just see. George is going over there, both of them. Let's... Like, all in all, like, right now, we are actively losing lane, which is fine. Let's just compare real quick. I have no idea how many times I've seen our Graves and our Paradox at this point die, but I have not seen... I don't know what's going on with their turret. Their turret is mostly full health. Genuinely don't know why that is, besides that Rem, I guess, doesn't have a lot of damage right away on it.
They destroyed the Guardian on Greenwich.
Why are you so low?
Why are you running?
Okay, big damage. It's fine. Let me just mire myself real quick. Alright, back over.
Be brave.
And one of the things I want to make clear is I'm not saying don't play aggressively. You are also, at least in this case, you're a carry character who wants to farm. And I remember we were talking about how you said, like, early you felt very weak, but then, later on. At this point, oh, that was good. Yeah, at this point, it's just where maybe if we had rotated closer to the turret, it's hard to say. She's fed at this point, but maybe 2 minutes ago, she was about 1,000 ahead, give or take. Now she's double. I think this is when we kind of started talking in lane. We were like, hey, we just lost the first turret, which is fine. Like, we have put almost no damage towards either of their turrets. They've taken ours. So, like, they're up, but they're only up by 6k. That's fine. That's so easily that's nothing. I think it's just like we're starting to hunt for them, and she at this point has 4 with a level 2 item. George, I guess, has a level 2, but that's just healing, which is good. That's great on Victor. So it's one of those things where just keep acknowledge, she's hitting her power spike. Actually, can we see? Hasn't quite hit a full power spike, but they're both ahead. He's not nearly this ahead. Yeah, you guys come back.
I'll wear him down.
I guess there's probably no way of knowing if you guys knew that Silver had left. You could have pressured Pocket there, but it's like that's hindsight. Who knows? She's feeling very aggressive though. She's very powerful. Like at this point, like I would stop shooting her, just farm this wave, because they can only come. Oh yeah. Like we're putting a lot of pressure on them, or the idea is we're putting a lot of pressure on them, but we're not really, because you saw. I mean, she healed pretty much all the way back up any of the damage you did. George might die here. You obviously did die, which is, you know, it is what it is.
Turn that werewolf into a rug.
What's going on with you guys?
Face me and die.
But like, kind of see how much ground we gave. I saw an ultimate pop. We were maybe fighting around the midway point of the map, closer to their base. We were. But then we were able to get out. I also have a healing ability, so you know I'm able to heal us. I picked up healing booster early on, so I'm increasing that healing, which I only did because I know Viper over here was fighting a lot. And Viper's just very squishy. Does a lot of damage, but it's very, very squishy. Look at that absolute G unit.
They destroyed our green walker.
So I want to talk about this real quick, because I do not know. It's not impossible to, you know, not to take a walker very early like this, but how did they get half of the walker before? Let's see. So she's over there doing damage. I'm just gonna watch her PP. Yeah, I mean they had a huge minion wave. I don't think we're also clearing minion waves enough. I don't play enough of either of your characters to know if that is an easier thing to do. Like I know for Dynamo, I can clear waves very easily. Just as one final point, because I'm going to kind of wrap this up here, because like I mean, we won this game. We were able to push them back. We were able to build you up. I just want to go over a couple of like last little things of fighting early is not a bad thing. We just have to kind of understand power spikes. You're very weak early on. You're going to get a lot stronger. Silver seems like she's pretty strong throughout the entirety of the game. Victor, genuinely don't know enough about. I think he needs at least a couple items to start popping off. But first turret is, let's see, can I just go over here real quick? No, I wanted to. First turret is important. It is. But it's like on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being like, if we lose this, this is really bad for us. 1 being genuinely didn't even notice it was gone. It's maybe a 4 or a 5. And I'm sure at certain levels of play, it gets a lot stronger and a lot more important. But right now, all it's pretty much giving basis is like, if, you know, the Silver and the Pocket, they won lane, they took the first turret, that's fine. That's whatever. They could have then started splitting, and they could have pushed that power onto, like, if she went mid lane and all of a sudden our mid lane really started losing, that would have been bad for us, and the Pockets could still continuously just push waves towards you guys. They decided not to do that. They decided to double down. They were going to fight for the walker. They got the walker, and now all they have to do is just siege our base, essentially. We need to go do something about it, which we did, obviously. You know, we were in Urn, killed them, but I have the highest amount of souls currently on our team. He's ahead of me. He's tied with me. He's ahead of me, and she's almost, no, not almost double, but let's just see. I have 3 items. 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. George, go spend that shit. Actually, there's no. I don't know what you're saving up for. I don't know your build. Warren is 3. McGinnis is 5. A lot of them are 1s, though, so that's fine. That's 5, 4, 5, and easily able to buy more. And 2, able to buy more. I really don't know what the pocket was doing for a lot of it. It's fine. Other than that, so I'd say, like, try prioritizing not fighting so much in the beginning of the game, especially if you're playing something like a carry, something like Venator. Um, if you're playing Kelvin, maybe you could, because Kelvin, at least you have your Ice Beam to slow it down. You can kind of help, you know, pressure. You can farm a little bit easier. You have a healing and a damage item, which is really good. Dynamo, obviously, like I have a big damage item with my 1. I also have a get it out of jail free card, depending if I can hit it in time. And I have a healing aura. So it's like, I don't mind fighting as much early because, first off, people don't tend to respect Dynamo damage early, especially the way I'm building. And I have a heal. So, like, if we end up losing early, I can go and be a more supportive Dynamo. Or if we win, I can just continue to build damage and get that lead. You just have to wait for your damage to come. Because even these two, like okay, weapon damage, max ammo, that's good. 20% fire rate, that's good. Like these two together are really nice. And I don't know. Let's just see. Wait a couple more seconds. I'm also going to splice some of this in and out. I also apologize again if this sounds like I'm being preachy. I'm more just letting you know like what I'm thinking about during the game. I can even let's watch like a minute or two of us in our laning phase because I don't know when we come over. Pushing waves, doing a little damage, making sure that she gets out okay. I think I do a heal over here. Some more damage. But like, you see how I know he's low. I'm not pushing my advantage because I know she's coming back. And I know for a fact that I'm not going to kill him, at least not without my stomp, which is coming up in the next 3 seconds. And I'm just going to take a shit ton of damage. Kind of like how my Viper is very hurt here, and I don't have heal for 30 seconds. She might die. I kind of leave her up and dry. Good luck. Which, no, I guess she gets out. She was pretty good. Not fully understanding what the McGinnis did with that wall there. Doesn't really matter. You see like how far back I'm playing? I'm also just straight up using the turret, which I know they cannot deal any damage to from that far away. Clearing out the waves so they can't push up. Clearing out her turrets. Just chores, and then I go heal her.
A blue walker is under attack.
I have 2 stomps in the bank. A little bit of pressure, no way. Not even worth me just sitting there for.
Take him out.
The thing, I don't know if I could have done anything for her. Maybe I could have dove in and done my own entanglement. But I'm really bad at getting the bringing allies closer. And here, I'm just pressuring tower. She pushes me off, I back up. I think this is... You come over soon because the urn is up. A little bit of power, a little bit of damage. So you this is going to be used for you in the video. Anyways.
Demolition time.
So there's also, okay, this is maybe going to be an important part. I remember at some point telling you and George, so I think having you both in the same lane is a little bit tough because you're both hungry. You both want to eat. We need you to get you guys more souls so you become powerful later on. You both sitting in this lane together is kind of you're soaking up a lot of you're not getting as many souls for one person because you're splitting it between 2, which is good during laning phase. The minute you lost Walker, you 2 aren't really a part of laning phase anymore. Not the same way. I want, in probably perfect world, I would rather have you, or the Venator in this case, not even necessarily you, but whoever's playing the harder carry, just sit in this lane, kind of up until the point, like, I don't want you past where the silver is. Because just think about it. If you push up, Silver and Pocket, I guess we're seeing the Pocket in mid, but like if we didn't know where these are, we don't technically, I guess, know where Rem is probably. You're pushed up here, farming, just to push a wave. You're getting no pressure up here, and you are in just danger because they could just come back, collapse. You have no tower to fall back to, which very well could be what just happened. I don't know. But in this scenario, I think it's probably best that like the victor comes over, maybe maybe put him in mid, make this 3v2 a 3v3, keep this pressure, or come over, make this a 3v2, so they're 3v2 3v2 1v1. She's probably not going to kill you underneath these turrets. She's strong, she's definitely strong, but like if you just focus on killing the waves, she's either going to have to fight you under 2 towers by herself with no wave, or just fuck off and go do something else. So in this scenario, I think it would be better of the carry sitting here and just farming. You're getting a bunch of solo farm. That's good for you. You're keeping her off of those towers. I don't think that is not what happens. I think, and it worked out fine, because I think you come over, help, we get Earn, take it over. George just stays and does an excellent job of just clearing waves.
Excellent Graves.
Always make sure to clear some farm. I think I go and get bridge buff here, and I'm getting my center. But even then, I am keeping an eye on what's happening with my Viper. I flubbed that, don't worry, but still, getting it is better than nothing. Another wall.
A blue walker is under attack.
Now go out there and impose your will.
Truly know. But like for a while, you and George just kind of think he's going and getting jungle farm.
I see the enemy.
Oh, you just came. No, you came in. Yes. I think this is when I asked for help. You're going to start. Yeah, you're on your way. I'm just holding. I know this turret is very low. I see it, and I just did. There's no point in being there.
Destroy the Guardian on you.
You come. I solo ult him. And honestly, huge waste. Between the two of us and him rushing in, we could have just killed him. But fuck it, we ball. We secured the kill, got you a little bit more confident, got me a little bit more confident. I'm the only one that's hurt, so I heal myself up. I think we also get a movement speed. Yeah. More healing. Anyways, we this is when we kind of turn the tide. We go, we take the turret. You and I rush over with George's help, get the Earn, kill the silver, turn the tides of the entire game. Phenomenal. So even though we are down by 6k currently, and by the end of all of that, we're up 3k or something. So I'm going to try stitching this together a little bit more coherently. But these are the things I'm talking about and thinking about during the game that I'm probably not expressing very well, arguably not expressing very well now. And I'm sure also at like the level we're playing, I think enough of this is correct that it feels fine. But there's also probably so much of it that's just arguably just wrong. Maybe we don't want either of you two sitting in that side lane. Maybe we want the Viper, who's already kind of up, to maybe go deal. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, thank you. And I will talk to you guys all soon. Bye.